All right, guys, welcome to this week's episode of Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland Show. It is kind of a unique episode this week. You know, oftentimes during October, November, we end up having a log jam of hunts because the bulk of our pro staff is out and we're laying down footage, you know, type of thing. And there's times of the year where inevitably we're having to push hunts to different weeks or whatever it might look like. And not very often are we coming up on mid-December, you know, kind of coming into the late season, you know, portion of the season here across the country where we have a lot of hunts that are kind of log jammed up right now as we approach the late season. You know, Jim Shear had a great encounter here in the Midwest, and then also Collins Marine had a couple of his boys that he went out and they had great success. But I'm going to tease those for next week because this week's episode is really unique and it's really something that's close to my heart, because something over the last couple years that I've really looked forward to at every part of the season is that I've made a couple trips over to Illinois to spend time with Jeff Deets and then Kane Gillette. They're two very close friends of mine, and one of the things that's a big passion of mine is obviously in the outdoors, spending time in the outdoors. But anytime that you can couple that with spending time with great buddies in the outdoors to kind of make some of those memories, that's just the cherry on top of that. And this is what really the videography and spending time in the outdoors, that's what it's really all about. But over the last week, I spent some time over there in Illinois, a lot of fun, kind of approaching that late season where we're really focusing on food, this time of the year, but spent a lot of time with Jeff in the blind, got to see Kane a little bit, during different portions of the, the weekend too. But I'm really looking forward to introducing this hunt because Jeff Deets was actually able to connect on two great bucks in Illinois. So I really hope you enjoy this week's show.
Welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. It is December 9th, first night of Illinois muzzleloader season. So Illinois is a little different. We have two shotgun seasons with a week in between, and then we have a muzzleloader the weekend after the second shotgun season. So 3-day muzzleloader. Kind of tough conditions tonight. It's a little bit rainy. Hold on, Zach has a call. He's got to answer real quick. Sorry. It's fine. Yeah, hold on, I gotta take this call. I ended up, my good buddy Zach from the team is out here filming me today, and he drove from Iowa this morning, so we're kind of set and excited to hunt this afternoon, but conditions are a little tough. We decided to come out to the far west side of my property where I've got a redneck set up. Don't really hunt this spot as often as maybe I should or do, although I've had some pretty good encounters here in the past, but I'm just kind of out of the central part of the farm. But with the tricky winds and stuff this afternoon, we thought, let's just we both kind of hit the consensus that we decided it'd be a fun spot to try and just to do something different to mix it up a little bit. So we had a small buck feeding when we got pretty much to the bottom of the blind, and he's been feeding out here for a few minutes, but just kind of feels like it could get good this afternoon and be one of those things where maybe we'll see some decent activity now that the rain's kind of slowing down, and hopefully have some excitement to bring you here soon. You look tall. Yeah, look, you're on him now. Making a rub. Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, I want to go. It's a freaking monster. Yeah, I know. The whole time I can't see him. Okay, he's coming up the hill right now. To the left or right. So he's right behind the dead tree. He's moving to the left right now. He's clearing the tree. There he is. too far right. He's in the clearing now. Oh, right over there. Yeah, that's a really good deer, Zach. Yeah. That's him. That's Cougar. 100%. I just got that G2. I can see him. That's him. 100% sure. Man, he's old. Yeah. Man. Where do you think that is? 130. 132. That's pretty good. Yeah. Shoot, man. He is a good buck. Man, he does have a big old freaking head on him, don't he? He's kind of moving towards us still. Yeah.
Okay, well, just a quick update from the hunt tonight. We, ended up having deer just kind of fill up all in the field, so wasn't able to do a closer in the blind. Saw the deer that we call Cougar. He came out. Unfortunately, just stayed on the neighbors pretty much the entire time that we were, filming him tonight. Really cool to get to actually see him on the hoof, though. He's definitely a better deer than maybe I was even giving him credit for. Just a heavy, older, nice, mature eight-pointer. I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen the rest of the weekend. Got some more this drizzle stuff coming in. Wind's going to be a little sporadic. I don't know if we'll end up back out there again tomorrow or just end up somewhere else on the farm. But it was an exciting hunt tonight and good to get to see that deer and a deer of that caliber. Hanging out and moving in daylight just didn't get to us, quite in time. So thanks again for watching Midwest Whitetail. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. It's December 10th. Zach and I got in a different spot tonight. We're in what I call the Y field. Still kind of crappy, drizzly, overcast. It's actually sort of raining right now or misting. We ended up both deciding this was probably our best spot tonight. So in an older, makeshift gun blind that I've had here for a few years. And again, had a pretty good sit last weekend here during our shotgun season and saw the buck, just a good solid 9-pointer with a short G2 that I've been seeing quite a bit around this area. And then there's also another pretty decent, I think, he's mature at least 4 or 5 buck that hangs out, right in here. Obviously, those are probably our targets tonight. You never know what else could pop in or show up that we haven't been getting, tons of pictures of. But usually have pretty good sits in here. I don't know what this weather's going to do to affect it, but got a feeling before dark we should at least see some decent action. So we're gonna sit tight and kind of see what happens, and hopefully get some deer moving before it gets dark. It's probably gonna get dark early with how overcasted it is, but we'll hopefully have some action here soon. There's a bigger one back there, though. Honestly, both bugs. The other one come in. He's just standing right on the edge of the corn. We're like in the corn, just barely. I think we should shut this off, big one. He's looking over here, then. Okay. shoot here in a couple seconds, okay? Yeah, you're good. Okay. Uh-oh. Do I think you shot over top? I think so too. Sure I did. I didn't see all those other deer. He's right here. Okay, the biggest body deer, 3. Okay. Alright, he's broadside. Let's go for it. Okay, I'm ready when you are. Okay. Well, I think we got a shot off it. A good buck. Sorry, I'm just kind of collecting myself. We were sitting here and it was, it's getting a little darker. It's really tough. I mean, we still legally have 10 more minutes we could be shooting, but with so much overcast and the drizzle and stuff coming in tonight, it got dark. And we had one small buck out here, and then we saw another, pretty good buck right on the edge of the corn coming into the plot. And then about that time, another buck popped out, and then it just kind of got, confusing. I'm pretty sure one was the short G2 buck, and one is another buck that I've been getting quite a few pictures of this year. I really don't have a name for him or anything, but he's mature, it looks like. And I recognize him. He's, just heavy and a bigger bodied deer. And, Zach and I were kind of talking back and forth, and I was going to shoot at the short G2 buck. And I did, and I'm pretty sure I completely whiffed the first shot. I was just excited, and I think I shot over him, or touch low or something. Anyway, reloaded the muzzleloader. They all just sat still. Then the other buck was presenting a really good shot. The buck, the heavier looking deer, and anyway, took the shot. Smoke everywhere, but as soon as I fired, it just seemed like he disappeared. So I don't know if I dropped him. I'm not sure if he just dove into the grass right away. I'm just really not sure what happened. But Zach and I both feel like, I'm pretty sure we hit him on the second shot there. So we're going to give it a few minutes, get ourselves collected, and probably go check for blood here soon. So hopefully we got a deer down. So
we're heading there. We got to load up our bikes and stuff and head out. And then we're gonna get more lights and come back out. Pretty sure we hit him second shot. You love a good Western, I know. All right. Yeah, we'll see you in a little bit, man. See ya. Bye.
Well, it's kind of a mud fest tonight.
On the board?
I think the deer disappeared. We don't know where he went after I shot, so he just completely vanished out of the sky. So,
Is that a fog issue?
A lot of smoke issue.
Yeah. There wasn't enough wind to carry the smoke away, so I'm kind of saying, yeah.
The smoke dissipated. There was not a deer standing there.
Correct. And the other ones were still standing there for a second, and then they all split. And then the wild thing is, I was checking the cutty like as we're getting out of the blind, and then like Cougar, the buck from last night, 45 yards out west underneath the Redneck. Yeah.
Yes.
Chance he dove in and, anywhere here.
There's a rack. I can see his rack right there. Yep, we got a dead deer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know what we heard.
In a brush pile. Good solid deer. I don't really know a whole lot about him. I mean, we've been seeing pictures of him all year. Well, we just got this guy drug up out of the bottom here. He literally landed in just a huge pile of brush. And I don't know if we were just out of shape or he's a little bit heavier than I thought, but it took a few minutes to get him up the hill and out. Definitely a mature deer. Kind of got talking with Kane and Zach. We filmed a hunt last year that we called an inside point buck, and we're kind of thinking it could be him. I may look back at that footage and just, you know, double check and make sure, but got a pretty good feeling, you know, just the frame and stuff matches up. He's got some neat characters, some real close G2 and G3 on that side. I'm super tickled with this buck. I think he is definitely at least a 4, if not 5-year-old deer, probably leaning more towards 5. Big body. He seemed like the dominant buck out there. As he entered the plot, he was the last one to come in and just kind of watched everybody else. And just the way my farm's been hunting this year, I had some really good older mature deer and kind of had them just get pushed off the farm, and even some 7-8-year-old bucks that just have kind of disappeared, and got a feeling this guy was just bouncing around, busting people up. And it's been a competitive year for the mature deer. And he's got a really cool scar we'll kind of zoom in on later and stuff, and just definitely a bruiser and a cool deer to get down. So it was kind of a wild hunt, and I couldn't be happier to wrap my muzzleloader tag around this guy. I got tomorrow night too, definitely the highlight so far of the Illinois season, and what a great time to have Zach in town and Kane and his dad along to do the recovery, and just kind of makes it fun and what it's all about, just having good times and getting out here. So highlight of my season. Thanks again for watching Midwest Whitetail.
All right, guys, it is December 11th, Sunday here, Sunday afternoon, and it's about 1 o'clock. Heading to Jeff's farm tonight. We're gonna go back in there. The recipe's there tonight. Hopefully we can put it together on our end. So we'll catch up with you guys soon. We'll be in the Redneck here in no time. We just gonna do this again?
Accept all responsibility. Way prepared and pumped up for this skunk that's gonna happen. So if that happens, that's on me. Text my wife, I'm out.
Welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. It is December 11th, the last night of the Illinois muzzleloader season. So Illinois is a little bit different. We have 3 gun seasons, 2 shotgun weekends in a row, basically, with one skipping the weekend of Thanksgiving, and then the following weekend is a muzzleloader only. So you know, there's potential to get multiple tags, and Illinois being a 2-buck state, I actually have another tag, so I figured might as well come in here and get a sit. Pretty excited about this hunt tonight for a couple reasons. One, I was in here Friday night and saw the deer that we call cougar. Just kind of didn't work out. He stayed off far enough and actually on a neighboring property till it was pretty much dark, and then just wasn't within range. Last night I ended up going to a different part of the farm that was better with the wind. Shot a real nice, pretty sure 5-year-old buck, and got pictures on the cutty link of cougar right here in that plot at just right about dark, or maybe a little bit before. So obviously 2 nights in a row, know he was right over here. Another thing got going for us today, the wind has switched around a little bit. It's been drizzly and just kind of crappy the last couple days, and now today it's switched out. It's coming out of the north a little bit more. Just feels cooler, and at least it's not, you know, misty or anything. So I have pretty high hopes for this hunt. Zach ended up going back to Iowa today, but Kane was like, you know, it's going to be a good hunt, I feel like. So he decided to hop in the blind with me tonight, and hopefully we got some excitement to bring you here pretty soon. We'll keep you updated as it goes. Let me get where you're at. You're good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Hold on. You can kill him, I guess. Just tell me when you're ready. Okay. You ready? Yeah. Dropped him, dude. Jeff, give me some. Jeff, please. Doubled up, dude. Give me some. Jeff. He's right there, Jeff. Jeff. $2 and 2 days. Jeff, congrats, bro. Thanks, man.
Dude, that's a big buck, man. That's a mature deer.
Awesome, dude.
I am shaking like I just killed this deer.
I can't stop either. Not gonna be much of a track job on this one, so let's go get him. Holy cow. Unreal.
Well, I'm sitting here with my 2022 season in my lap tonight, but obviously it didn't start, tonight. Was kind of a challenging year for me. I started out with a really cool hit list, probably some of the best, and if not the best, group of bucks that I've had in a long time. Through cutting back inventory and stuff, just knew I had some really good mature deer on the farm and was excited to hunt. Unfortunately, as the season kind of progressed, a couple of my main target bucks, a guy I call Francium and another one called Destiny's Child, just started getting pictures and just through inventory, not getting pictures, knew that they were sort of working their way off the farm. And I've seen that before. It's you get a lot of competitive bucks, a lot of 5-6-year-old plus age class deer like these guys, and it just turned into a fight club, I think, and they started sort of dispersing and finding their own areas. With that said, it was kind of a limited amount of sits that I had this year, so I had to make the most when I got out. Had some pretty good encounters in November, but just never quite got a chance to get it done, right place at the right time. But, wasn't too worried because I know my farm sets up really good for later season hunting. Had this buck that we call Cougar Friday night and just didn't make it in time, but knew he was out there. Had a really good sit, great sit with Zach. Ended up moving to a different location because of the wind last night and ended up killing this deer, real nice mature 5-year-old buck that I think is just a bruiser. He's got some cool characteristics, scar on his face, different things, broken up a little bit. And again, got a picture, on the cutting link last night of this guy back out west, but knew it wouldn't have worked with the wind anyway, but got us pumped up and ended up right back in there tonight. And lo and behold, second deer we saw tonight was this guy. And he just came out and ended up working right into the plot, and the rest is history. But ended up, wrapping my tag around what I think is probably a 6.5-year-old buck and a 5.5-year-old buck, and super excited about that. Interested in just seeing kind of what happens now. I mean, I'm bucked out in Illinois, but with taking a couple of these mature deer off the farm, will some of those other guys come back? Who else is going to move in? And looking forward into next season, definitely have some great deer to be watching, some up and comers, and even some mature deer that are still around that may just completely change their habits. But super excited again, to be behind here and have this opportunity, and just looking forward to the rest of the season and seeing how everybody else does. And thanks again for watching Midwest Whitetail, and I'll be starting to plan my 2023 season tomorrow. Thanks again.